are
BackRoadsBound 2023.
This will be our first outing of the new year, and we are actually heading to Vogel State Park. It is 20th of January. We are meeting up with some friends and family there. We're going to camp tonight, and tomorrow we're supposed to be heading into Tennessee to ride McFarland Road and look at some old ruins of maybe an abandoned town, I think I've heard, and a cement factory. Ought to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, cement factory. No, I'm pretty sure it would be fun. Somewhere that we've never been. So, Vogel State Park, from what I understand, is like the second oldest state park in the state. I think it was established in 1931.
Sits at the foot of Blood Mountain.
Yep. And
Union County.
Union County, Blood Mountain. That's creepy sounding. But anyway, we hope not to shed any blood while we're there.
That's stay at a state park isn't probably what our preference is, but it worked out for everybody that was going to be there. So we hope y'all come along with us. So as you can see, we pulled into the entrance of Vogel State Park. It had already gotten late on us. It was very dark, and we decided that when we had to meet everybody, we would just cut the recording for the night and pick it up here the next day. Campsite at Vogel, it was number 35, and it was right beside this little creek, so we got to listen to that all night long. And although the temperatures dipped down into the low 30s, we slept pretty comfortably in the I-camper under just a heated blanket. So if y'all have a chance to come and visit Vogel State Park, we definitely recommend it. So as we're getting ready to head out to McFarland Road, leaving Vogel State Park, we want to introduce you to the rigs that'll be on the ride. The first one is a massive Gladiator up on 40s, 3.5-inch Clayton lift, dressed out for overlanding, no doubt. It's going to be affectionately named the Wood Booger. Next in line is going to be the Dirt Road Diva. She looks a little small and sad by comparison. Following that will be a Sahara Wrangler with a Wrangler Rubicon. Next in line is going to be a little two-door Rubicon, very capable. A great rig. We're hoping everybody's going to have a really good time on this ride.
I'll be tag along.
And then last but not least, everybody needs a token Toyota. If you can't tell though, it is built for this ride. It is incredibly capable, and she's got the best co-pilot of the bunch. So y'all come along with us on this ride. We hope to have a really good time. David, are your shocks adjustable?
No, they're pretty much the same shocks they came in the Mopar. They're just longer, the 5210s.
I got you. I will admit I've never paid so much attention to a man's back end, but it's kind of nice. You ain't got much lean in it.
I appreciate it. There's plenty of lean in some instances.
wanted to take a group photo before hitting the dirt, so we want to say a big thank you to the landowner who allowed us to stop and take this picture.
So McFarland Road to this point has been a lot of fun, very scenic, nothing technical. It's been a great little ride. Maybe we'll see some bear out here today.
Possibly.
We've not encountered any other vehicles out here. A few bicyclists. As of yet, that's it. My understanding is McFarland Road is a part of the Smoky Mountain 1000. And so hopefully we'll be able to run that entire route at some point in the future.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, that'd be a really good time.
Yeah. Now we can say we've started it.
Yeah, we'll have to kind of keep an eye out for primitive camping spots this way.
Mm-hmm.
But got some great little creeks, areas that would be nice to camp by. So as you're riding down McFarland Road, the creek that you're essentially following beside, which has some incredible waterfalls, turns into a beautiful wide river down below. It's almost hard to follow the trail and trying to see everything that's so amazing all around you. We are absolutely loving riding McFarland Road at this point, and would highly recommend it to anybody who just wants to get out. Thus far, there's no reason for four-wheel drive or anything more. You could do it in your car if you just want to go to a spot and see some amazing beauty, especially this time of year with the leaves gone. Hard to beat.
Got a truck coming up.
He's going hunting somewhere.
Train just went through here.
A train did?
Yeah, really. Left his tracks.
Got room, David, to clear this.
Yeah, you look like you're in clear.
Okay, you can go. You're good right now.
Big drive. Oh, right there.
He's clear back here. He's good. Got about 3 inches, but go slow.
So after all the time of just riding along, we finally found an obstacle that required an extra set of eyes. Mother Nature can do some damage. And this big old tree was surely trying to block the way. But as you can see, we get everybody past it, continue on down the trail. This little offshoot is what led us down to the old ghost town area, and where we decided to take a little break and have some lunch. So this second little obstacle, crossing this creek, got us all a little off camber, but once again, nothing technical, just enough to make sure nobody slipped off on the opposite side of the road. There's a pretty good drop there, about 3 or 4 feet, so, and some loose rocks that we were coming across, required to make sure that wheel placement was right. So we reached the area where the old town of McFarland once stood. Unfortunately, there's not much left here, but a few of the rock walls and a little bit of
Bricks.
cement.
Cement.
In doing a little research, we discovered that the town stood here in the late 1800s, and it was kind of built essentially to help with the railroad. And it actually had at one point a post office and a hotel.
And a general store.
And as you can see, all those structures are gone. But it was still a pretty neat place to stop, have lunch,
Have lunch.
before turning around to head back up the trail we just came down.
On the rock. Stay back. Yep. Here a little bit. Yep. Straight. Yep. So the structure we're pulling up to is the old cement plant. It was actually about 3 stories taller than it is currently, but it was constructed for the purpose of
Making cement.
to help build the power station sets on the river. But it's a pretty amazing place still.
Yeah, it's
And-
bizarre driving through the woods and then pulling up to
There
that.
it is. We did go online and find some old photos of what it looked like in its heyday. If you have a chance, really, you need to look at those photos and kind of do a little comparison. It'll So just up from the cement plant is the old spillway, and it's kind of amazing that they built these structures way up here on this mountain in the woods.
Long time ago.
But I did take time to do a little rock crawling. Not what most Jeepers consider rock crawling, but given the trail, it was the best we had available.
Thought I was gonna have to winch him up.
Well, as you can see, I don't mind getting a little off camera.
Very high.
That can be your thumbnail.
Yeah. A little rock on my trail.
Let's drive across the bridge.
You go back. You are the lightest of all the vehicles that you chose.
I don't think I want to try it.
Well, we made it down here to where the hydro plant is. This is the whole reason for the cement factory and the railroad.
And the
We-
spillway.
Yeah, that we visited earlier. It was pretty cool though, and I'm glad I'm not the engineer that had to design this thing.
Yeah, what a feat of engineering that must have been. Not to mention just the location, but
Getting all that stuff up in the mountains.
what it had to have taken to
Back
to
during that
complete this.
time, that was crazy, I'm sure. And the bridge was pretty cool too.
You got to appreciate all the hard work that went into it, and yeah, that walkway was awesome. Being able to cross over the river right there.
Yep. Y'all need to go see it.
It's starting to get a little dark and we're on the top of the mountain.
Shall we insert it though?
As we were headed back down the mountain, we came across the Lost Creek campground, which was a pretty neat place because it's right on the creek,
Yeah.
as the name might suggest. Great for primitive camping.
Not so much for the bathrooms. I'd rather use a tree.
Yeah, we would recommend the tree. So as the sun is setting, the dirt road turns to gravel. We're soon to be back on the blacktop. We have spent all day riding through the mountains and the national forest.
It's been awesome.
Just the majesty of it.
Yeah.
It was beautiful any direction you looked. If you have an opportunity to get out and enjoy these trails, by all means, don't miss out on that. And if you can share it with friends and family that have the same passion for it that you might, that makes it all the better.
Yeah.
It was really neat to go to the old ghost town, I guess you'd call it, abandoned town. There was not much left of it. See the old cement factory, and of course make it down to the power station to see what all that was built to create. So we hope you've enjoyed the ride with us.
We want to say thanks for tagging along. We had some friends and family in, and Wood Booger, Ruby Q, Rosie, and we named him Gandalf the Great. It's just fun having the crew with us and enjoying this.
We appreciate if you'd like and subscribe. It means a lot to us. And we hope you'll follow us on our next adventure. So until then, and as always, stay safe
Stay well.
and stay tuned.
For more
BackRoads Bound. That's awesome. Anybody want to go rafting?